So let's discuss about union. Like structure, a union is a collection of variable of different data types. What happens in union? Union can store different data types. Okay. The only difference between the structure and the union is that in case of unions, you can only store information in one field at any one time. Okay. You can store information in one field at one time. To better understand union, think of it as a chunk of memory that is used to store the variables of different types. Okay. When a new value is assigned to a field, okay, the existing data is replaced by the new data. So existing data will be replaced by new data. Okay. Thus, union are used to save memory. They are useful for applications that involve multiple members where values need not be assigned to all the members at any one time. For example, this is a syntax. Okay, this is a syntax for declaring a union. Union name, data type, variable name, data type, variable name. So different types of data types are stored in union. Okay. For example, a union is a way to group of variables of different data types under a single name. So in union, you can only store information in one field at a time. The key feature of union is that they share the same memory location for their members. Okay. This means that when you assign a new value to one field, it replaces the existing data in the union. Again, the typedef keyword can be used to simplify the declaration of union variables. The most important thing to remember about a union is that the size of the union is the size of the largest field. This is because sufficient number of bytes must be reserved to store the largest size field. For example, uh, um, what is the size of union? Size of union is the largest field. So, okay, there may be many fields in union. Okay, many. For example, what I can say, there are many fields in union. The largest field size is the size of the union. Okay. For example, uh, the size of a by the largest field. This is because the union needs to reserve enough memory to use or to manage the largest member. Okay. Next up, we have accessing a memory of a union. So So how we are accessing memory member of a union? A member of a union can be accessed using the same syntax as that of structure. To access the fields of a union, use the dot operator. This is the union variable name followed by the dot operator followed by the member name. Okay. Union name, union keyword, variable name. Okay. Then what? Then dot operator, then member name. Okay. The similar things. So initializing union, how to initialize the union? So this is a example, simple example for that. It is an error to initialize any other union member except the first member. Okay, a striking difference between a structure and a union is that in case of union, the fields are shared the same memory space. So fresh data replaces what? Existing data. Look at the code given below. Observe the difference between the structure and the unions when their fields are to be initialized. So here we can see there are two fields there are two structures. Okay, there are one structure and one union. Structure point 1 and union is point 2. The difference is observed when initializing p2.x and p2.y. Okay, how we can say, for example, in structure, in structure, p2.x is equal to what? p2.x is equal to 2 and sorry, it's p1. It's p1. because it's declared as 0.1, right? So let's take it as P1. P1 dot x is equal to 2, P1 dot y is equal to P1 dot y is equal to 3. Now what happens next? For point, let's take the variable as point to P2. Okay. Now we are assigning the value to point union P2 dot x is equal to 4. Okay. P2 dot y is equal to what? 5. Here what happens? The second assignment, this one, overrides the value of P2 dot x. This one overrides the value of x. So 4 is stored there. So it will replaced by the new value, it's 5. So the value of P2x and P2 dot x and P2 dot y will be 5 only. Okay. So this is the same example I have explained. This one point P1. Okay, for the structure, we are declaring a prototype. Point 1 P1 2, 3. So point 2 P2, we cannot do like this in union. Okay, in union we are declaring one variable for point 2 union, and we are assigning the value point 2 dot x is equal to 4 and point 2 dot y is equal to 5. So the value of P1 dot x and P1 dot y means it's for what structure. So the value will be 2 and 3. Okay, same. And for coordinates, this one, P2 dot x and P2 dot y. So the first value assigned is 4. The second value assigned is 5. So the new value, 5, is replaced by 4. So coordinates of P2 are 5 and 5. It remains similar.